No, it's a 7 down again. Maybe I played him in a 7 down game. Oh.
Start to play.
Why does that name seem familiar? Did I play him like on 7 down? Oh, I played him. No, wait, already. Wait, okay. We already played. Ah, it was the game where we were both relatively peaceful. Okay, sure. Let's try it again. Just wanted to make sure if it wasn't one of the sus accounts, but no, that one was just clean. As far as I could tell. Oh, but he doesn't know that he's playing the same person again because I played him on my BYT account. That's why I couldn't find him on my list yet. That makes sense. But last time he did play 3-4. That's why I was for a second confused. Hmm. I think I'm going to play the double Hane once again, just for now. But this time I'm not going to play the territorial option both times. I'm going to take center here and then invade the bottom left myself. And then we will see if he is also. Because last time I did this Joseki twice, and then he did it back, so I don't know if that was just out of spite. Oh, I want to keep poor corners as well. Or if that's just something that this opponent does play. We will find out now. Well, to some extent, I suppose. But it doesn't come automatic. Well, maybe not the standard. Yeah, okay. See, this is why I usually don't like to play double Hoshi Niran Sei, because okay, technically we did get 4 different Joseki in this game, so a little bit different. for each corner. But all the same, cookie cutter. What is the ladder? The ladder should be good for me, no? With the top right. Yeah, the ladder is good for me. The bottom side is kind of meh. Oh, also he didn't cut. Wait, hang on. He didn't cut inside. Hmm. Wait, usually you cut inside for that variation. I'm so not familiar with these. But I'm going to play this, and if he plays this, then I can play the cut here. If he does this, I have no idea. Okay, so after that one, I believe you don't just cut here though, because then white could answer here. And if you did this and this now, then white could Atari squeeze, and then we have a ko in the corner. I don't know these. I just know that white has to answer this one. Well, actually, not even that I know, but it should be better, right? Because otherwise, yeah, the two stones are wasted. So, and then typical move, I think, is for white to extend here. Oh, that one. Because I don't think the top side is that interesting. I'm going to lean here once. Yes. And then I can play this one, which is always a choice. Because cutting here, he's already pretty strong here, and he can capture here. This is already a pretty strong shape, so maybe it is correct to play here, but I'm not sure, so I'm picking just the solid option here. No, actually, I have three corners, white has one. The top left, I guess, is kind of a wash. Could be called, it's more mine, because I can occupy the 2-2 point even if white extends. Hmm. Oh, boo. This is just standard Joseki follow-up. Okay. That one I didn't know yet. Interesting. I think you might just extend up. Because capturing the Bonuki is not Not the big prize. Just the descent, I usually get to play here. It's kind of like you play here, and if white descends, that still leaves some cutting archie here. And the ladder would be working if white now did this. I could Atari and capture the stone, so white is kind of forced to descend, I suppose. Interesting. I haven't seen that as a follow-up yet. It makes sense, shape-wise, but just not familiar with it. Hmm. To the extent I'm pretty strong on either side, so I'm just going to take away the biggest side, I suppose. This influence seems stronger than it is because there is still this RG here. Hello, cut Blackset. Yeah, and if he just jumps out, which I also didn't think was impossible, then I mean, I could jump again. And if then jump, then I can just extend. If this one, because white playing here does allow for some RG here, while this one, I'm Fox 8 done. I guess it's a bit tiny, but yeah, the rank is between the stones. When you see in the bottom left in the versus sign, next to the stones, it says 8 done. So I'm trying to get to 9 done. Oh wow, oh this way, okay. He's trying to make use of oh no, no, don't worry. It's tiny. Most people who know me are well aware that I've been 8 done for a while, so which is not to say that I'm not progressing. It's like 9 done is the highest that there is, so 8 done. It's so expected that 8 done takes a while to pass. For some, it takes forever, because reaching 9 done is already not the easiest feat. 0 done. I think on some sites that means 1 Q, so that would be very impressive for a new player. Okay, so now obviously he's eyeing this RG here. Hmm. So if he peeps here and I play this one, and then the cut happens, is that worth it? Because I'm pretty strong here. I feel more compelled to actually just make a base with these stones, take away the base of these stones, let white capture this one stone if they must. I do wonder about playing here, but no, I think the best resource for this white group is to make some kind of base here. I'm from Germany. Um, okay, I think it's a solid option. Actually, if he plays this one and I can bump here, there might be. So if he plays here, I bump here, he extends down, I play here, he turns. I play this, he connects. Yeah, but he could now. I think it's too weak. I'll just have to give up this stone. So I did leave behind a cut. So I do need to be aware how to handle the contact. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I think could even I could even push in. Could descend here, but then white does get this one. Okay, I will just answer this way, and if he extends, then I can play this one. And the turn here is not really sent after, because then he can only capture that one stone. If he now does something like this, I think I'm happy to do this. Because cutting out the outside stone, yeah, he agrees. Would already be a nice success. Oh wow, okay, he does it this way even. What if I mean, I guess I could peep here now. He then could extend and cut here. But then he still only captures, so I think the peep here makes sense. I could just play here. Maybe I do just extend here once. It's not Sente. So you might think, oh, taking away this eye right away surely has to be played, but I have quite weak shape with that. The question if that's big enough. Capturing the C3 stone is also always surprisingly big. It strengthens my group there. Oh, welcome. You are actually the 200th to join my Discord. So we made it to a round number again. Not sure. I would like to play this, but this is the solid option that I'm going with. Ooh, okay. Is that really that big? Apparently it is. Hmm. See, I get myself into these calmer kind of games, and these kind of moves like J15 and also L3, all these kind of moves I'm not used to. Hmm. I mean, I knew that J15 was a potential forcing move for me. Maybe I wanted to use J17 as an Archie too long, and I should have just pushed there. But I played chess for a while before I started Go. How did you know? Locally responding if white gets the Hane. I mean, the left side is growing by a lot if we do this. Double Hane would mean quite some pressure. White has, at the very least, this Q10 in center and then R8 in center, and white can essentially make 1.5 eyes on the right side anytime. In cent, that, yeah, 1.5 eyes. So white's group is actually pretty strong. It has 1.5 eyes on the side anytime, and because there's an eye in the center, it can basically live with one move. So if I want to kill it, I probably would have to play here to remove all the eye space, but he also still has this cut and he can still escape. So this white group is surprisingly strong. But yeah, I'm tempted to just play the point move here. But it also seems like losing complete control over the center area is not a good idea. And here I'm just going to connect here. It's not because I think, oh, I'm going to get a lot of points in the center. It's more that I want to prevent white from getting all of those points in the center. If white were to get the Hane and get everything here, I can still go in here a little bit. White does have to worry about this group a smidgen. Mm, but I've come to realize that I do tend to underestimate the value of the center around move 80 to 100. So where we're currently at. I did expect that from my opponent. And white did get, if I push here instead and white extended, white did get a few more points here, but I also got some strength and I got center. I mean, the turn here is not center against the corner. It would make this center, but that's not that big because white has this one still. So it would only be about the group safety, which is also pretty safe already, and some points on the top side. So now I'm going to first take some Fox points. Fox points? Fox points? Cots points. What's going on with my brain? Yeah, white could push or jump. I could then play something. I could, instead of this, I could also play this now and just reduce to begin with. Hmm. I barely have 50 points. Okay, but white also barely has 50 points. But white does have the left side as potential. I have some top side. I maybe have some middle potential with this. I do wonder about the turn here, but it just feels like when white is pretty strong here. And I don't see this attack happening. Am I wrong about that? Should I actually play something here? It just feels like white can just circumvent it and just play some attachment or the cut here. So I'm not sure about this attack. I'd rather make this be a worry for my opponent. Capturing here, extend, capture, capture, capture. Then white, if white jumps, I can still invade if white then plays something here. I could still reduce. I know that this opponent is actually pretty good at this center judgment because the last game we played, he basically just got 10 points lead out of the early game and then ran with it. And thanks for the follow, Cat Plexit. And this one, I'm going to play this one for sure. Now he has to answer here. Otherwise I can play this one, which seems to weaken the shape a lot more and some endgame. Mm-hmm. And I'm capturing because I want to keep this weakness here. Not necessarily peep immediately, but I want to keep this, for example, for some invasion with... Did I play Shinjin so? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Um, okay, so he does jump there. Yeah, he's pretty good at these games, I think. The peep white will not answer, or white will just sacrifice the stones. Um, so, I mean, all my shapes are solid, right? I don't need to fix anything. I mean, I could even churn here, but that might be a bit too soft. It's not like this is Sente for either player anymore after this. Again, the peep, white is just going to sacrifice. Well, what about if I peep first? Just to see if white then answers here. Maybe I do peep. Maybe I do peep. Not to not to threaten to capture the 4 stones, at least not immediately. But rather if white answers here to get some more forcing moves here and to get an easier invasion. If he counters, then I do threaten to push here and cut here and jump out and and double attack. I mean, it's an easier game, depends what you like, right? If you're not, okay, so he does exactly that. If you're not a fan of this kind of game, then it might be harder to play. Don't speak for me. What if I just gave everything? Well, then white has a good 70 points. I have maybe 60. So I would need to get like 10 to 15 points from from my own center and a potential attack on this and the top. Actually, that might not be impossible. Because there's not much. I mean, okay, there's still this archer here, but I think I'm going to trust, going to play solid. If Hane extends, actually I could even choose this one if I want to. But then white could counter Atari. And I do want to keep control of the center more because, I mean, the cut does exist. Can't deny that. And if I get like an attack on this and I get all this, then I certainly have enough. Yep, okay. I don't want to play. I mean, okay, do I want to play? No, I don't. I don't want to play d7 because if he blocks, yes, I get some Atari, but I really don't get that much more out of that. If I jumped here and wedge and connect, then the cut. I guess the cut. Hmm. The cut works. If I'm willing to give up the two stones, I suppose. Maybe, okay, if I just extend, think extend. If he does play this one, then I will play this one. It's unfortunate the Hane here exists and the Peep. Okay. Maybe I extend again. I don't know, the jump, he wedges. Huh. On the other hand, if I jump and we do this and he cuts, I can still play this. Hmm. Maybe I do extend, and then this one, Atari, and this, and the Hane here. He can't cut me. Okay, I'm going to extend here. Then I still have this one, then I would have the Atari, and then I have the bump. Well, I guess he could just counter bump, huh? So that's not that much. But I feel like with a jump, he could wedge, and if I connect, then I don't threaten this cut necessarily anymore. Sorry, because the cut. Okay, he spends the move there. Answering that. Because as long as he doesn't respond here, there is still either the peep to make it into one, like a half an eye, or this one to make it, I guess, into half an eye versus 1.5 eyes. Also options there. Okay, so he does respond. So you can see that I did profit already off of this because I made him move there, and now I can cut off these. The question is, do I want to? And of course, the question in review will be, did I need to attack this group earlier? Did I need to play there myself? Who knows? But I mean, so far, this white group is still not 100% settled. So it still will have to add more moves in endgame. Actually, maybe the turn here now. Because if white responds, then I will just play here. And white really only kept, if you see the Atari and the wedge here, I will have to connect. Capturing really is only something like 10 points. Connection here, I have to be mindful, is 8 points. Okay, that's 8 points. He can't hardly connect here because then I can play here unless he plays here himself, but then I can also get more here, I suppose. He can play something. Okay, he extends down there now. That is a big move. But I'm actually not sure. This move is huge, no? Because I was actually worried that white would play here, something here, or even something deeper, strengthen his group, and because if I play here myself, actually, do I want to play this now? I maybe want to play this now. Because white now white cannot push out, and if we do this, then white doesn't get this one anymore. If white ever plays this, white might be able to Hane connect somewhat. If there is more this, there's no RG, there's no center there anyway. Okay, so I will go for that. I'm not sure about this. It's also not weak shape. It's just an endgame exchange that I hope is giving me something. And then I play here, which both helps my group here and grows the top and feints a little bit of an attack against this white group. It does put some pressure on it at least. Oh, white is going immediately. So was that? But I can bump here first. If he cuts, then I can play here. But he could Hane. What if I play this one now? And Hane and crosscut and Atari. What if I play this one? Because then if he cuts, I can push, 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 block, or push, push, cut. Cut here, there's no squeeze.
Yoyomi now starts.
I would have liked to attach instead, but then if Hane I can't extend because then the cut does work and this is too big to sacrifice, pretty sure. Cut this, this connect. Cut this, Atari, Atari, capture, Atari, capture, connect. 4 versus 2 liberties. So that should be no problem there either. And now capturing these, okay, I mean, it becomes kind of like a. Kind of like a. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
9, 8, 7,
9,
6,
8,
5,
11.
4.
It's becoming something like of a 13-point reverse centi. Can he really do enough there? If I ignore this and white jumps in, that also does
9,
strengthen white.
8, 7.
So I do think I want to block here. Okay. I could play this one now. Or this one, and then this one. I wonder if there's some counter-attacking potential here.
9, 8, 7,
Still left.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe, actually, I do have this attachment here, and if he pushes in, I can play here, and if the cut, then I can counter here. Okay. Ah, but now this one is actually interesting to get because after
9,
this, I can play
8,
this and he cannot
7,
Hane here.
6, 5, 4.
So I think this is now a good exchange. I never had the peep here anyway. Then it's a question, how far can White get in here? White can push and Hane, but then I can cut here. Atari, Atari, that works. If White plays this one, then I can also just push and cut. If White plays the diagonal, then I can play here and this. Okay, so I
9,
think it's only about a
8,
few points
7,
here.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
So if
1.
that is not the biggest, hmm,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
what if I play this and he pushes? And I push? Might be too much.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But this one also doesn't really help. So if I played this and he push, this is just not big enough though. He could just, I guess he could just, but then if he does this, he can just extend. Hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 Yoyomis left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hmm. Not sure about this, how to do this the best way. Unless these Atari, at least the Atari here is Gote. Mhm.
9, 8, 7, 6.
The wedge here is really, really annoying because, yeah, I think I think protecting here, even though I really don't want to, but I think protecting here might just be the biggest move left. Because, yeah, this, at the very least, he has the clamp, and then he has also the RG with this. I've been
9,
eyeing this RG for
8,
like forever,
7, 6, 5, 4.
so let's protect that. Let's play the solid move finally here. Maybe this bump here, because the bump, there's also still some cut here. He could do some peeping action here. Hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hmm.
9.
What? I was just thinking he can't, at least he can't do this. Um,
8,
because he can play
7,
Atari here
6,
first.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, he can Atari here first. Okay, I see now. I see, I see, I see. Maybe I needed to capture these stones earlier. Hmm.
9, 8,
Okay, but at least because of this weakness here, he cannot cut me off here. He can Atari and Atari. And then if he goes here, but no, and I cannot throw in here and then play here. Can I? Not? Okay. Yeah, that was also. He's getting all the end games here. Well, yeah.
9,
Okay, so he's doing this immediately. Is that bigger than B15? Might be. B15 is pretty big, but this was also some kind of. But with the weakness here, I'm not sure.
8, 7, 6, 5.
He is threatening to jump in here. If he jumps in here and I have to block, then he can push and push in. If we do it this way, then I, compared to this, lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with this one, I
9,
actually threaten to
8,
capture the stone,
7,
kind of.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spending a move might actually be worth it here. P19 is also a pretty big move. Pretty big go-to move. If I, yeah, okay, you get that. If he plays P19, like he extends and then plays P19, then I only get what, like 7 points up to the
9,
16th line.
8, 7, 6.
And if I play this, I get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I said 7 earlier, right? So this is a 5 point plus I also threaten to take away this point later. So this is kind of like a 6 point
9,
move.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This was an 8 point move, like I said. Um, actually, yeah. And this has some value. Maybe I could also attach here and attach here. Okay, so he captures there now. I don't need to throw in, but I can play this one. And then the capture is a big follow-up. So I think that has worth.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Then this one is actually worth something. It is threatening to jump in here and then connect and get a lot more endgame here. Now that this is a false eye, well, it was, I guess, a false eye anyway, but now
9,
that there's no
8,
counterplay here, I can play this. And if he blocks, then I can push in here. And then, unless white wins the ko, white also never move here and here. Makes me think, actually, that maybe the throw-in was better. If I threw in, then played the Atari, then threw in again and played the Atari. Too late now. But maybe that was okay. But if he responds this way, then of course, and these are still. I could push in. I don't think that's big in the biggest right now. This one is actually pretty big because threatening to Hane Connect here in center is pretty big. The Atari here is also not
9,
small, but
8, 7, 6,
and saving the stone. But if he plays the Hane, okay, he plays the Hane immediately. Guess I do not get this one in center anymore, so that sucks, but oh well. But also white doesn't get this one in center, so maybe I do play here. If Atari, can Atari again, but then not play here. Atari here, then I can play here. I see you saw the
9, 8,
number file video. Okay, he did respond. I wasn't 100% sure. Maybe just connecting here is actually pretty well. I guess it's good anyway. He captures in good. He captures 1, 2, 3 points.
9, 8, 7,
I think this is bigger. Yeah, if he cuts, if he cut here and then cut here, then he can't play Atari from the inside and he can't play Atari from the outside thanks to my Atari here. I guess it was never there anyway because it's a diagonal. But then these are captured. So basically, the best thing white can do is capture this stone. Okay. So I did get a few more points here now. Because if the Lewis here was fixed, then I could have answered stronger here, but it wasn't at that point. So what's she gonna do?
9, 8, 7,
Mm-hmm. If he harness, do I even bump? Yes, I do, because otherwise you can play here and threaten to capture the stones. Never mind. Of course I need to. Okay, so Hane, I bump. I guess that works too. But oh, wait, actually, I play the Atari here now. I play the Atari. Breaking in here should be bigger.
9,
And then I can connect here. And then he can't connect because I can play here. And hang on. Oh no, he can squeeze. Okay, but that squeeze should still be okay for me, I think. Or
8,
do I play this
7,
Atari?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not sure. He can't cut me here. He can't do anything with this either. Because the weakness here is no problem. The cut here being nothing. Well, not nothing, but you know. If Atari, then I can extend. Hmm.
9.
Okay, he does play the Atari. He does get a few points there too. Yeah, I wasn't sure about which way was the best there. And connecting, what's the best way to do this? Maybe just connect here. Mm, I can push in here once. Or I could play the push in this one. Hmm,
8, 7, 6, 5.
not sure. White gets a point either way, but maybe I get a point there too if I
9,
play this.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Actually, that might be the better way. Because he doesn't get this point for free. And then this is a 2-point move. Okay, that is center. Yeah, that's center. Then white can capture this stone, and I can push in here. I can push in here and then get the 2-point move here if I want. I can also push in here, which is pretty big.
9.
Yep, that was always, pretty much always white's right. But it's just 1 point for white. And it's taking away my points, of course, yeah. And I could play this one, and then we fight this ko for the points here. Could also just connect. Well, no, I want to play this one first then.
8.
Ah, actually, this one was bigger, probably, maybe. But okay. That's still really big. If he plays this, I can still play this, and then we fight this code too. Okay, anyway. The throw in then. If I play here, I keep the 2 points. If white plays here, yeah, fine. Um, I guess these are now similar big.
9, 8, 7, 6.
And I'm not even sure about this because he still needs this move to make that the full 2 points. So now, okay, if he plays this, he gets this point and this point, so the 2 points here. If I play this, then it depends on the ko if those are 2 points. So I guess, okay, he's removing ko-frets. No, but that is a ko-fret. Hang on. I could have, well, anyway. Okay, so he's just Taking moves now. Descent here would give less co-threats, I believe.
9, 8, 7,
Actually, this one. Okay, I connect, I get 5 points. He captures, I get. I only get 3 points. No, okay, that's a 2 point plus the co for white. So that's a 2 and 2/3 point move. In Sente. I have to answer that. Okay. This one I want to answer because of this weakness and because I also still have this push in then as a threat against this, but then this. Okay, that I guess it's a 1 point Sente move. But with this
9,
peep here.
8,
Well, this one is Sente. Okay, so he does respond. He does take this, and I can play the Atari here. Capture here is a 2 point move, I think. Well, actually, no. But there's also not that much big left anyway. These two are basically Miai, especially after I captured here.
9, 8, 7,
Oh, this move is still. I forgot about this move. Okay, but he does this. Then I take my point here. Which is actually threatening to push in here, which then removes this point. So this is a, well, I guess this is a point, and then this one, and then this one, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Maybe not the best. Okay, point reverse Sente. Point taken. Ha! But okay, this one is a point, and then this and this, Miai, so sure. Yeah, I suppose I play this. Well, I could just play this one. No, this is a 2 point move actually, because he can play
9,
this. So
8,
this is a 2 point move that's left. And this is a 1 point move that's left, and that's it. Oh, there's the ko, I guess. Oh? Ah, right, okay, that's incentive for him. True, 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 true. I will obviously answer that. I wonder if I mean, he should be strong enough to see M10, right? On the other hand, he could just take the ko. No, but okay, he sees it, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. He could have taken the ko or done this. I just finish the ko, and then that's the game. As far as I can tell. Because there's nothing here, there's nothing left here. There's nothing left here. Everything is super solid as per my challenge. And then I probably lost by like, I don't know, 10 points. Like last time against the same opponent from a different account. But that's the price of playing solid. I suppose that you might not play the most efficient way.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What's White's response to Q1? Um, just Q2 or basically anything? No, I guess. I mean, I can. If you insist, I can show you. I mean, anything here. Anything is White's response. Just the attachment. Yes, yeah. Again, I guess just the attachment here. Here, I'll show you. I think White is actually not. Maybe I miscount completely, but I think White is winning by Comey or something like this. I mean, White can do whatever. White can also connect. I don't see how you see a Seki. What? It's one eye for White. There's nothing there. Yeah, it was a co-threat. Like if he connects, then this was a co-threat. Turn it into Seki. So if I get two moves in a row, essentially, then yeah, that's a Seki. But yeah, he can just do this. It's not a Seki. As if I hadn't considered that. Come on, I'm the Tsumego guy. If anyone is going to see endgame in the corner, it's going to be me.
9, 8.
Oh yeah, exact. Oh, at least my counting was correct. White won exactly by Comey. So on the board it was equal. Last time I lost by 11 and a half, so I guess that's the 5 point. So I guess I improved by 5 points against this opponent. I guess the thing is, I mean, my opponent was Japanese. Not that that says that they're necessarily I don't know about great, but it was okay. That they are necessarily a Corm style Moyo player, but it's more likely. And I think my current style is actually probably not even good against this opponent, or my current try to Corm Dimer style. I, I probably, with a very messy game, might have better chances against this particular opponent. It just so happens that we played twice in this challenge, which in two from two, I played in from two different accounts. You're so funny. Oh my god. Kill me now. Yeah, but now I lost 2.5 and 6.5, 2 games in a row. So there you go. That was the 10th game in the challenge. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I passed the challenge, so I will level up. So let's see where I was a bit too soft or didn't correctly assess. Um, what's the next level challenge? You'll see next stream. I mean, the challenge is for the summer, but it might not be impossible that this turns into that this turns into a long-term challenge. Just because. I feel like every time I open AI Sensei, my stream crashes. That has to be like the third time in this challenge already. That the moment I want to explain something and open AI Sensei, that my stream crashes. My internet doesn't like AI Sensei confirmed. No, but the main thing is that I think I have the abilities, also the reading abilities, to be a much stronger player already. So I don't think I'm lacking necessarily skill and technique and knowledge, maybe in Hoshi variations, a bit of knowledge. But I think it's much more the being able to apply it and the judgment part that I don't play to the best of my abilities. And of course, you're never going to play your A game all the time. But I do feel like my game could be a lot more consistent in that manner. And that's what this whole challenge is. Well, actually, the whole challenge idea was in the first place so that I play more again and that I work on these issues. So if that works, I don't know. I might not then call it like Pacifist Winter or something like this. Um, but I might keep this kind of challenge challenge theme just to um, just to push forward the importance of the learning instead of the game results. Because I'm losing a lot. I'm losing a lot right now, and I would usually be devastated about being like 1-8 on the account or something like that. But I'm not because I'm so much more focused on passing my challenge and improving my game health, basically. You said it healthy. um, hmm. Like I said, I don't know if the particular viewers that are present right now were there, but I'm basically trying to go from this false urgency and always thinking I need to do something active, otherwise I will not have enough, to this quiet confidence and being I don't like the word content, but it's kind of that. I want to be able to be more content with my position and not try to squeeze every last drop out of every position. Um, and while that is a decent strategy as well, for me personally, it works to my disadvantage that I try to play perfect essentially, um, because I am then overstepping what the position actually gives me. So I'm not really playing the position, I'm playing what I think I should get. And that's what's I think that's one of the points that's holding me back the most. That I don't play the position, I try to force my agenda on the position. And that only works up to a certain level, or I mean, you need like a ridiculous I don't know, you need like reading skills that are far beyond your level or something like that, or some skill far beyond your level. And I'd like to be more like a more flexible, complete player. Hey, hey. So let's see. I don't think anything in the early game, everything is just Joseki. We're discussing my challenge, essentially. Um, what it's for and what I'm trying to become. This one. I thought always that this is the move here, but this one is basically talking about mental health in a way. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure if you are supposed, but also white is already pretty strong here. Losing too much is burned. Yes. But okay, this move I was not familiar with. I don't think that you play something like this because then white gets this one. And then if white gets all of this, then white, I think, gained more from this than black. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Completely forgot. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually currently training for a marathon that I'm going to run in like 7.5 weeks or so. Yeah, 7.5 weeks. And during my long runs, I actually have a lot of time to this whole challenge is basically a child of my long runs because I had so much time to think about how do I actually want to consistently improve? What do I need? Um, what worked for me in other, like, for example, in life in general? I made a whole system for my life with like where I gain experience for mundane daily tasks. And I'm basically doing the same with Go. Like I'm basically for every game and or for every um and before every game, before every stream, I meditate for 10 minutes. Yeah, but my running actually also it feels like meditation rather. It's like peace and quiet, no way to I don't know bombard my brain with movies or whatever or YouTube. No, sorry, I think you misunderstand. To improve at Go, you have to do boring, mundane chores. Why do you think most people don't do Tsumego? Because they think it's a boring, mundane chore. What I'm saying is, I'm turning those what on the outside might look like mundane chores into something like if you for example how do you tell a child to go take out the trash? You don't say go take out the trash otherwise it's going to fill over. You're going to say whoever is fastest outside, and I'm basically doing that with myself. I'm like, yes, exactly. You're basically saying here, I don't know, brush your teeth, do it reliably, use floss. I never did it reliably before I implemented a system where I actually like get something for it. Even if it's just a number on a system that doesn't mean anything to anyone but me. And same here. I mean, the challenge it doesn't mean anything, but it works because I am much more focusing on the thing that I think I need to focus on, and I'm playing a lot more to learn and to take away a main lesson of each game than I would if I just played. Because if I just play, I play less. And same with like Tsumego, I started with 5 minutes per day, but I can do 2-3 hours daily, no problem if I wanted to. Uh, okay. Um, anyway, yes, exactly. I basically just I just let me put it this way. I found a lot of systems in my 20s that did not work for me. And I think I learned from each of those failures, and I finally found my system that works for me. And now I'm applying it to my Go practice. And then once again, it's not that I'm saying Go turns into a mundane task. I'm saying there are things. Let me put it this way: three, maybe 2 to 3 years ago, I was doing these speed challenges on one-on-one Weiqi, where you play against one or several opponents, and you try to play like essentially you try to solve more and correct, otherwise you get like eaten by the circle. And back then I did that against someone who was very good at that, and I had no chance at all. Right? Tsumego battles. I had no chance. Absolutely, I got crushed. I got so desperate, not desperate, I got so frustrated that I basically rage quit those battles and I said, give me a few years. I need to train this, right? So that was kind of like a out of frustration. This is too hard. I can't do this. But I actually did that. I actually, in the last 2.5 years, I went from Guan, from skill battle 5Q to one dan, up to one dan. Now I'm at one dan at like 95%, 95% accuracy. And not too long ago, we revived those kind of battles, and I was on par, if not better. And I'm only getting stronger. So what I said back then was holding true a few years back, a few years later. How did it happen though? Not because all of a sudden I grinded for like a few weeks and I was all of a sudden I all knew all the Tsumego by heart and it was easy for me. No, because daily, slowly, bit by bit, I actually improved and I went from basically 5Q being at like 70% to now one dan being at 95%. I'm going to continue to do that until I don't know, can do 4 dan problems, no problem, probably. I don't know when I will stop. But yeah, and same with running. It's like you're not going to become a super good runner with just a little bit of training here and there. I've been running for now the last nearly 2 years consistently. 4 already. My last marathon is 11 years ago. So I had a phase where I ran more consistently. But even then, I didn't run as consistently as I do right now. Because I've been, for the last 2-ish years, almost 2 years, I ran 4 to 5 times every week, consistently. No exception besides one when I was a little bit sick, and not even really, just really big headache and just weather, whatever. And for a couple of weeks when I actually had cracked my rib a little bit. So yeah, so I've been really consistent with that, and it shows now because I'm now in the basically in the prime in the peak condition that I've ever been at. My time goal for the marathon now is 3.5 hours at least. If I can, I would also like to crack 3 hours 20, but 3 hours 30 is like the minimum goal. And after that, I'm going to go to 10-kilometer runs. And then I'm going to try to improve my 10 kilometers under 40 minutes. And just, you look at it this way. Yeah, yeah, look at it this way. Of course, I have dreams. I would like to, for example, I would love to get the 10 kilometers under 35 minutes. I would love to run a marathon below 3 hours. I would love to get to at least 6 dan, if not 7 dan EGF. I would love to unlock the 7 dan level on Guan skill tree. Do I do skill like the Guan? Yeah. Do I think about those goals every single day and think that's what I'm working for? Absolutely not. They maybe pop up now and then in my brain and think, oh, I'm getting closer to that goal. The only thing I'm doing is I'm seeing the next level. I'm seeing where I'm at right now. I'm working. For the last 9, I have trained Guan one dan for 9 months. I've been doing running consistently for 2 years, right? So it really is the accumulated like the accumulation of a lot of bit by bit work. And that bit by bit work is exactly what I am visualizing with my system, with my challenge here in Go, with my life XP system, as I call it, because I have a list of everything I did daily, basically, as logs, as like I can tell you how many kilometers I run, in what speed, at what time, everything basically on one entry. I can basically tell you how many days I made a daily plan for the next day, or all of that, those bits and pieces. And that's what I learned actually. What you can make visual and what you can like if you can make your progress trackable and visual, it's so much easier to go from day by day, from session to session, because you have something that you can look back at. You can see, oh, all of these logs of the last months that you actually did that. I can see in my system that I did 1,040 Guan Wandan sets this year, for example. I can see how many minutes of violin I've practiced. I can see all the entries when I practice it. So yeah, and that alone, even though that it just makes a number, an experience number going up, that doesn't even mean anything yet, um, because I wanted to implement some kind of battle system to have like the stats mean something, but I haven't even done that yet. I didn't even need that yet so far. All I needed was just some visualization of I am progressing. That's all I need. And then I can go bit by bit, step by step, and improve, and then look back and see 2 years later, oh yeah, look where I came from. And that's kind of what happened with running too. Like I just started because I thought, oh, I want to get back in shape. And then all of a sudden I was like at a 56 to 60 kilometer week at the end of last year. And then I decided, hey, I haven't run a marathon in a while. Let's see what I can do. And actually, just today, I ran a training half marathon in an hour, 38 minutes. So that's like 440 pace or something like 12 and a half kilometers per hour. Just to give you some context there. So what did you write here? Going to be fun to know you're already on that pace and level. Yeah, I mean, I'm going relatively, I would say, solid and boring there. And I'd rather have a negative split, so that means that the second half is faster than the first half. So that in the first half I don't go all out and then regret it at kilometer 30, but I'd rather be the one who passes everyone in the last 5 kilometers and then sprints to the finish line because I still have something in the tank. And yes, I have literally done that. What did you make a huge mistake? That if it doesn't feel running, I'm not training hard enough. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah. That's. I'm very careful with my. I'm not going over, for example, 5% raising the kilometer per week, more than 5% per week, and I'm also watching very carefully my whole body. Like I recently have had like my calf felt a bit like it was hardening up, and I was like just taking it a bit easier the next few days, and then just watching it, and now it's good again. So it's like I'd rather take it easy for a few days than to have an injury for like 6 months, or like a heart failure for the rest of my life. I don't know. 40 stones weaker, yeah. Playing the long game. Yeah, exactly. So that's the same. I don't need any jumps. I don't need to be 7 done tomorrow, for example. I'm usually, and that's also part of a challenge because you can maybe see from some of my moves that are well that are going for this. I need to get a little bit more. That could be also misconstrued. I mean, just as impatience. So short term, I'm not the most patient person, but long term, if it goes about improving and just going step by step, I have no problem saying, "Oh yeah, this will take 2 years." No problem. I will take my time. I will do this the right way, and I will improve, and I will improve. And as long as I'm improving, even if the speed is not as fast as some of the flashy players that are coming up, and oh, where did this player come from? I'd rather get there, but I get there with consistent play and the be also someone you can look at for your. I mean, I'm teaching Go, right? So I'd rather be someone you can look at and see, oh, that's how you improve, or that's how you can get there, rather than some wonder that just gets to 5 done in 1.5 years and nobody knows how. It's impressive, but I can't learn any from that. So just a side tangent. All right. Let's go back to the review here. I thought this was okay. This one maybe I was wondering about doing something like this instead. Just giving my shape here some strength. Just not sure about doing anything against this group here, but okay. Like this start I wasn't unhappy about, especially with all this. Here. If I played here, this is probably Sente, right? Yeah, but if I does this, I mean this is big, but is it even Sente? What if I get surrounded? So I didn't like that white could get this one, destroy the top side, maybe even get this extend and then get more harassment against this group. So maybe all of this before, if I did this right away now, maybe this was the timing to do it. And if now this one, then we can do the same thing. If we now do the same thing, let's put it on the board. Oh no, I didn't protect there. And then you can see here, okay, that's just an equal game. Guess it's just equal here. Not sure about this exchange. We will see. Actually, I'm curious about this one. If I play it here now, okay, it's apparently not the best move, but it's still completely equal. Maybe my move is actually the best move. So if I played here, first of all, white could just play here, and white could play here, or maybe this. And then white can play here, and white is just basically, I mean, if I want to kill, I would have to play something like this. Then white gets a bunch of forcing moves here and counterplay here. So, and then what is one doing? So that's why I didn't think I want to attack from one. If at all, I was thinking maybe this one, because now this takes quite some points. This takes quite a few points here. Takes away the points that white could get. However, white still has this one, right? White has this one. Even if I defend this way now, then there's this. And I can't do this because then this stone is captured. So I would have to play, I don't know, this way and then connect here. Then there's still some annoying RG here. And white could even just counterattack here. So because of this cut, I thought that basically white had Miai between this cut and this, and I didn't want to take either at this point. So I thought I'd just defend my shape here. Then white went up here, because I got center here. Then capturing here. I do wonder about this one. Okay, that would have been okay. Let's quickly have a check here. Okay, that would have been okay, but then the cut comes. What about just connecting here? No, that would have been a bit too slow. That's what I thought. What about this one then? That would have been also so slow. Okay, so if at all, then the attack should have come from the outside, but I wasn't really confident how to use it. So I just took some cash here, some cash money, and then the jump. Yeah, and then here, I mean, I could, in theory, maybe go really deep here. Because if I get surrounded, there's still some options to counterattack these 3 stones. I don't know, let's just make some variation here. And I could also get this one threatened to connect under and co. If white wants to not do this, then I'm almost alive here, I suppose. So that could be one option to get the invasion here. So maybe this was a bit too soft here, especially going up a few times. Yeah, and then I do wonder, the capture is not small, but then I also don't like if white gets this one, because it also puts some pressure on my group here. And if I turned here now, then white can just keep going in here and threaten to save these stones. Also, white still has the Atari and the wedge here in center anytime. I don't like that either. And if I play the Atari myself, then if we protect here, then there's actually no change. There's still this, and now it's actually I have to back off because otherwise it's a huge core, so white can even push in one more time. So this exchange wouldn't have been good before white connects. Yeah, but maybe okay. I mean, I got this in center at least. I forgot about this. So then I did this. I'm not sure about this exchange. Yeah, and then I do wonder if here, but if I capture, I still again. I don't know. Hmm. Maybe here I needed to just capture at this point, and then if white jumps in, but if white jumps in, white also destroys a lot. So very not sure. How about Tenuki here now? Then white still just plays here, just goes in. Hmm. Yeah, and then white, I mean, white even protected with this empty triangle here, with double empty triangle. Yeah, and then I mean, okay, if I played here, white can play the empty triangle here, and then we could get this. Maybe we could get a little bit more here. Hmm. Maybe this was also just, maybe I should just, but okay, maybe I just this one. Just do this in center. And now if white does this, we don't have this bad exchange. Because that's exactly what I did in the game. If this instead, then I suppose there's still some ways here with this one to attack this whole group. Yeah, I think this attachment here, which is when I was already in Byoyomi, this attachment might have been bad because this was essentially just a bad exchange, right? If we just consider this as a potential exchange, then this is clearly not a good exchange for me if I don't intend to connect here. Maybe I need to connect there either, but I don't know. My problem was if I play here instead, then white has this wedge and I can't cut because then white can cut off the two stones. So I would have then to back off, but maybe that's fine. Maybe I need to accept that white has this wedge and then have a stronger attack against this group. So maybe here I was too greedy and too mindful of my own weakness when I then connected here. If I did this instead and then white did this, then I could still peep here. I don't think white should respond this passively, but just play it this way. Then all of a sudden we can see that the whole white group still needs to live. So maybe white now does indeed need to play. I don't know. That would have also been a great exchange, but maybe white needs to do this, and then I clearly gained a lot here and gained something here. And maybe I even go back to play this, or I go back to play this. Let's quickly check here. Here I would be ahead by 6, yeah. Also pushing in here and getting this one. That was also pretty big, yeah. I wonder, maybe at this point here, push in? Ah, no. Okay, so here it was better for white here at this point, a few points. Not quite 6 though, so I didn't really gain an endgame, which I didn't. Yeah, this is probably bad, right? Let's now play this one. Yeah, now it's white +7. White +8 even. So this was just bad. I was correct about that. And I felt it when white played the Hane, or even already playing this one, I thought, I don't think white can counter here. I don't think that would be good. Oh, it was okay. He could have even played this, but I think after that the game was essentially over. And I protected here. Then white went in. Maybe in late endgame I did catch up a little bit. And here if I played this, I thought I can play this and then this and this. But white could have then played this Atari. And then if we play the same, I guess it leads to the same result, just that I threw in. And then again, white can't really cut here easily. But for example, white cannot cut here because otherwise this is connect and die. And if white now, if white now cuts here, then I get this Atari. I'm threatening to capture, so white would have to connect. And then I thought that I could get something here, but maybe this is also dangerous. Maybe here I got a bit, actually, I might have gotten a bit lucky that white didn't use this immediately. And I think that this exchange is already good for white. I think this actually was potentially not the best for white to play here immediately, but not sure. Yeah, and then I got this, but maybe this one was better. Now, this is also really... The thing is, this threatens to get a few more points here, and it also got all the points here. If I connect here now, and white goes here, then maybe I just ignore, and if I capture this, but white can go in, maybe expose this cut. Not sure. If maybe I can connect. Nah. I don't know. This was just the solid option, and maybe this was slightly bigger then, but then white captured, which was maybe slightly too soft because white is already pretty strong. Has already one eye here and a potential second one here anytime and some connection, but okay. Also not that small considering that I can maybe get something here. Yeah, and then I was wondering if this and throw in and Atari, and if we can actually get white to play all of this all the way through, then white couldn't. I can't play Atari here, right? But then eventually white would have to add all of these moves in Gote. So maybe there was some chance here to do more, but anyway, I got him to play here. I got to play this and all this, and I think I gained a lot because I got a lot of points here in Sente. Yeah, and here if I do this and white just extends, then I get more, of course. But if white connects and then Atari's here, maybe I do not connect here. Maybe I just count. But okay, now the connection is points here. So if I do this and this, then I maybe can even play here and still get some points here. While white doesn't get the points here, I get to push in here and I keep Sente. What do I keep Sente? I guess I keep Sente to get this one then. I guess yeah, here I got Gote. I got a few more points here, but white also got a few more points here, and then white captured this. Yeah, and here I think it would have been better to push in here, and then if white were to throw in here, I don't even need to do this. I can push in one more time. I could push in here at some point. Then I could get this Atar, this one. Yeah, it's probably similar. This is pretty big, after all. Yeah, and then white probably counted at this point and knew that white doesn't need to fight this core, so just let me have it, and yeah, and then the rest I think was fine. Yeah, and again, here I mean, even if white just connects, there's nothing. This is not a core because I can never Atari here. So eventually white can just capture the core and capture this. So there's no Archie here in the corner for those who were curious. All right, let's see. Okay, so let me quickly show you. So yeah, not the early. I mean, I caught the last time I think I played against him. Actually, I can even just show you. Which game was that? It was, I think, game 2. Eh. It was BYT account. Wait, huh? Where's the game? Hang what? I just search for the name, I guess. Ah, no, it is okay. Weird. It shows Chinese characters here. Yeah, you can see here. Last time this was the game. So last time I basically was it was equal around up to move 80, and then I made some judgment decisions towards the center area that weren't that good, and then around move 90, around move 91, I was already behind by 11 points, and that's what I lost by in that game. Here at move 91, I was only behind by, I guess, by move 90, I was only behind by 2. And then it's still at this around the same time, and then it got really bad for me here because yeah, White could have done this, but White didn't. And then I needed to connect here. Wow, okay, connection here because of this RG, I guess. Because so the capture here was basically Sente, but AI is tripping with the evaluation. It wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, and then in this game, I did think he should still block. Then in this game, I was also behind by 11 and a half, but I only lost by 6.5. So this time, unlike the last time, I did catch up 5 points in the end game. So let's start from there. So let's see if all my judgments that what he shouldn't have done were correct. Okay, answering here was okay. Answering here was, yeah, that one felt a bit, oh, he has this one. Right, because he can actually then get the Hane Connect and Sente. I forgot that that could be an option. Oh. Okay, so that connection was not good. That was giving me this all in Sente. That felt a bit too good for me. That's true. This was also good. Mm. Okay. The best move was to just extend here, actually. But okay, my move was also fine-ish. Maybe 1 point worse, though, seeing this. Okay, but I got this, and the cut was good. Extend would also have been okay. Connecting here would have been worse. So I did do the correct decision. And then he also played the Atari from the wrong side. Yeah, because after this one, he can just... he can bump here in Sente. And then play this one and sacrifice this way. And now I need to add moves to this. Actually, this was the move that I had in mind to do this. And then ask this question. And now if this one... But White at least gets to squeeze some more here and gets more points. So White picked the wrong Atari here, giving me more points and giving White not significantly more points. I see. I thought about this one and I thought about this one. I didn't consider that one for some reason. Is that really? Is that because of some Archie here? Huh. Oh, but blocking was. I was wondering if there was something, but this one and then the diagonal. That did work. I saw that for a second, for a split second, and then I lose the 3 stones. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so we both missed that. I won't make myself lose the challenge for that exchange because this was you could say I didn't pick the more solid option, but I just didn't see this and I didn't even think that this was not the solid option. So it's not that I picked this deliberately. I just thought I could get my points. I don't know. Maybe I'm coping, but anyway. Oh, and that was indeed a little bit. That was a little bit of a mistake. I see. Yeah, I should have pushed in here. So that was a 1 point that I lost. And then this one, I shouldn't answer. I should push in here or capture here. Okay. But okay, we both made the same mistake. And then, yeah, this one was just a 1 point reverse send, while there was bigger fish to fry here, and even with this RG. And then he shouldn't respond here because of the RG here. Then I capture, that was good. But then this one, and then this one. Ah, and then yeah, white connecting here was actually also a mistake because white still has this one in center here. Well, not quite center. No, not quite center because this peep is not quite working. Now the thing that I mentioned is working for me. Ah, no, he can attach here immediately. Hang on, I need to extend first. I need to wedge immediately. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, with the descent here, I can wedge. I see. Right, okay. I didn't really think that through too much right now. But yeah, I got this, then I got this in basically. So we both missed that this was. Well, no, I didn't. Nah, never mind. That was just a 2 point move, and then the rest was history. And then I only lost by Comey in the end because, yeah, this was a bit too passive by my opponent. Um, Defending this was a bit too passive. And playing the Atari from the wrong side here gave me more points. I think that's essentially it, right? And white doesn't play this immediately, which gave me a bit more here as well. That was not a great exchange. About this one, I bump. Okay, that would have lost a point, yeah. Oh yeah, and connecting here was also I mean essentially a 1 point mistake because my move was a 1 point mistake and this was a 2 point mistake. So and then this one was also a bit too defensive. I don't know. Maybe my opponent felt too good about the game already, or was just good enough to judge that. But I mean, is this a risk? This is not a risk. This is not just straight up just worse. And so are all of these decisions. So can't even say that it was safety. Maybe this one to some extent. But yeah, there was something here. Hmm. This is a bit tricky because I basically did leave a cut behind here in a way. Right, white now does have this cut. And I was aware of that RG. It's not like I could claim, oh, I never saw that. So, is that a past game? Or is this to chalk out that I thought I was already behind by a lot anyway? Well, I didn't think I was behind by a lot maybe. Let's go from the start and then decide, I suppose. How did we get here? Okay, that is apparently a valid move. Answering there. Okay, this was also correct. Oh, this is a move. Okay. So you are either supposed to ignore and fight, or Atari here after all. Okay. And then, I mean, you have to connect, otherwise, why do you Atari there? Ah, and then you do extend here. Or this one. Okay. But now it says white plus 3.5. And it started with an equal game. So no, okay, this is not an option. And this Atari here. Hmm. And then extend. I see. I guess that forces more of a response here because if white now does some base making move here, you can get this. Then you get the ladder simply. Actually, you get this and then the ladder. So it forces a response by white more strongly. I see that could be an okay exchange to make here. But then even here, yeah, playing here would have been a bit too slow. So I played the correct move here too. Actually, what is the performance report on this one? Okay, not amazing, but decent. Also, let me hide this bar again. So all of this was fine. Yeah, then also here defending here, for example, would have been -1. If now white were to play this one, I did think about this one, yeah. And then if this one, I thought about this one too. And then you can descend. No, you just sacrifice. Because you got enough strength to attack this, I guess. Attach here instead. Then if the bump you can extend, and if this one you can actually wedge. Then you still lose this capturing race here. But that's fine. Because you get something back. White escapes now. If that happens, you can throw in here. And then just push in here. Or throw in here, I suppose, works too, because it's not Atari, and then you threaten this, and then if this, you can capture, and then white cannot connect. And if white at this point instead now captures here, then you are strong enough to actually severely attack this group. Okay. Yeah. And if white now cut here, actually if white cuts immediately, this would actually, I mean, if white escapes, this is a classic squeeze technique. So white would have to play this one instead first. You capture, and then if white does this, then it's actually not working, because now you can play here, and if white connects, then you're probably not even going to, yeah, no, okay, then you can play this typical Tisuchi here to win the Sakura here. Okay. Yeah, then I got this, which also strengthened the cut. Okay, so either fight here, but my move was completely fine, but white's move was too. Oh, then I need to push one more time, okay. Because I guess the cut here is too much. I can Hane here, and if cut and extend and Atari. Can extend in center, then I can push here and play this peep and play the Atari here. Turn here in center. Do all kinds of nasty stuff here. Even get this one in center now because it threatens to play the Atari from this side. No, it doesn't. But it threatens to connect here and then play the Atari and then win this. So it's all center. Okay, then this one apparently, not the Atari simply. And then apparently this is 5 points better for black. Because black got more on the outside, I suppose, and got all of the, and also saved this stone and got the 2 stones here. All right, okay. But okay, I connected solidly, only 1 point better for white. And then indeed this was better, okay. But also only by 1 point, so that's why it's white +2. And then white should, wow, white should just play here and then, aha. Okay, so that indeed, I needed to invade here. That's something I still need to figure out now that I play more solid. Because before it was more like, oh, I mean, I can't invade too deep because otherwise all my groups that are already weak are going to die, and I might invade anyway and then die. Or I might not die because my Tsumego is so good, but my reading is good enough, but then not learn my lesson from that. So now that I play with more solid shapes, I need to kind of relearned that I can invade deeper now. Because in review, I already thought, oh, actually, I could have maybe invaded this deep, but ugh. So that indeed was then again slightly better for white. And then I still need to attach here. I was thinking about some move like this. Okay, that would have been okay. And then push and extend and push again. And if extend again, then I suppose I can do this. And then we start the attack. I don't know. Okay, anyway, we did this and the extend even. Didn't consider this. Crosscut I didn't consider this one. Then even connect here because of the archer here, I see. Then you can even extend in here or just extend here. Okay. So then this was too soft, I see. But again, I'm still learning now how to handle these kind of solid positions better, especially against someone who is also playing pretty solid. Then the extent was, I should have, okay, I needed to Hane, I see. So here it was already then white +6. Then white did spend the moves to secure the group, because if now white were greedy and, let's say, protected these stones immediately. Okay, I should do this. Let's for a second assume that white is just passive here. Then you attack, okay. I see. But okay, white got the first move, but then this was indeed big, and this was indeed not the best, but the exchange was also not amazing, I see. Oh, wow, okay. So I was focused on the area here, when even here, even at this point where I'm so solid and my group here, I should play from this side to also look at this peep as a resource for my opponent. But then I handled this well. So yeah, white should have instead played here to make this a resource. And then if I Hane and probably extend, then white can extend again and does threaten to cut here. I protect. And then there's still the same kind of archie, and white got a bit more shape here. So that was the bigger. White had more shape here and I needed to harass a bit more strongly, but then white didn't, yeah, okay. And then with this one, no, I had to answer here. Then it's only white +3 at this point, actually. I considered that move. I did consider to just play here. And if white does just defend here, which makes sense, now I can actually cut here, and then it's only white +2 at this point. Or get some center here, apparently. And if white now plays the Hane, then I can play this one. Or even I can card? Hang on a second. What about this one? I guess I can just cut here. And then extend here. And then the archie inside is no problem. All right. That's that. But okay, if I do this one instead, that's a big loss. Oops, okay. What if just this one? I'll have to figure that out why this. But yeah, I was considering this, and then white connected with weird shape. That was also weird, yeah. And then white was only 2 points ahead, but then this exchange was no good. Yeah, not even do anything. I was considering this one, which would have been -1. So this was -2, so it would have been better at least. But also, yeah, doing this one, I was wondering about doing that. And this one, and then if the Qatari here, and the Atari here, then white still owes a move inside, because if white goes here, then I can simply cut here. And if this, I can Atari here, and turn here. White has to extend. Oh, and then I can even Hane here or just jump, and white still has a hard time to escape. White still has to play Atari if white wanted to escape with the 2 stones, and I still have Like this one in center essentially, because then I threaten to play Atari and Atari. Hmm. I did underestimate just how much this gave me and I just overestimate the RG of L6 essentially. Yeah, but if I play here now instead, then this is a much better result. Because white still owes some kind of moves here. Okay, connect and this. Some peeping here. And then I can do this. And then I got more. You can see by this harassment here, which I thought I would do if, I don't know, something like this happened. Right? If white now defends here, then playing here would be a 4-point mistake, yes. And that's what I suspect happened also when I did what I did in the game. If I just were to extend here, yeah, then I play this instead. Yeah. Hmm. So here, I guess I did not watch where I profit, and that's going to be a later level as well to be more mindful of where I actually profit from the attacks. Right now, it's more about playing solid and not even attacking that much. But once I reintroduce more aggression into these games, as a rule, essentially, there is going to be this restriction of that I can spoil a little bit. There is going to be a level that is essentially name the profit. It's going to be have a nicer name, but something like that. That I only allowed to attack if I can clearly state what my profit is from that attack. Be it that my group gets stronger, be it that I have some profit, and by naming it, seeing exactly where is actually the best resource for the opponent to make eye shape or points, depending on what's more important at that point. But yeah, that was not good. This lost 2 points. This lost another 2.5 points. So essentially, I lost 4.5 points here, and then apparently that was also a bad exchange. I don't know. That makes no sense. Ah, and then this was just still bigger than any RG here. I guess because I can essentially get it in Sente, right? Because white kind of needs to add a move here. And then if I defend it, it's still -2. Then I still... Let's for a second assume that white just answers passively here. Then protecting. Okay, so this exchange for some reason is super, super important. And if I don't see that, then this move is actually fine. And if I don't see this, then my move is also complete. I mean, it's -1 point. Okay, and then this one I played and I didn't know. I mean, yeah, counterattack or play this now. I was so thinking about my weakness here. Yeah, this was a mistake, and then okay, then this was a mistake just because now the RG here works. And I guess you could say I didn't really leave behind the cut. The cut now existed already, so it's not like the white played this and then I ignored the cut. It was more like, oh, the cut was now there because I don't know, my shape understanding sucked here, I suppose. And then I should even here I should play here apparently. No, okay, that none of those those moves will make sense because AI will insist that we should both play here. Actually, how about at this point we just make this exchange on the board. So let's review from this point on. Then this one. And then I shouldn't sacrifice this one. That was a mistake. If I play here though, this one. White, White can't capture immediately because this RG still exists. I see. Push. What is going on here? Then I can play this one. I'm not convinced. I will have to review that with more playouts, why this is such a big advantage. I think White did get a lot here. So after this, though, Okay, doing this immediately was indeed a mistake. But let's say we have this exchange once again. Then I should connect here or push up here. Okay, I see. Hmm. Yeah, and again, if we exchange this, then the push up is actually a decent move. Yeah, minus 0.5, just because I should play this first, but yeah, so we both missed this for a while, and then I protected against this, and then we're back to the situation where I said I caught up 5 points in endgame, and we both made a few exchanges that were bad, but on average, I did gain. What, like, how many more real moves here? Connecting here, so it went to move 200 essentially. Yeah, connecting here also was not amazing. So essentially after this defending here, white actually was ahead by 13 and a half. So I was caught up 13 and a half to 6 and a half, 7 points. 7 points in 54 moves. That's a point for every four of my. So I caught up basically a quarter of a point per move. Not too bad. But yeah, this account is probably going to rank down to 7 dan soon, and then I have one fresh 8 dan account that just ranked up to back up to 8 dan, and one which is sitting at 5 wins and 5 losses. So we shall see if for the first time in ages I will have no 8 dan account at all, or if I will get my shit together at faster games in my crisis management challenge. And actually rank up one of my 7 dan accounts again. Otherwise, I might just play on Taijim. I have like 3, 4, 8 dan accounts there too. No, I will stay on Fox. If it's 7 dan games, then so be it, I suppose. But I don't think I mean, I don't know. We shall see. If I'm at risk of not having any 8 dan account, then I might just spend some weekend randomly to off the challenge to just rank one back up. But for now, that's not a concern. I still have what like I think like 6 more games at least on this account. Then 8 more games on another 14, and then on a fresh account. That's also if you count in like a potential double rank down. What did I say? Like about 30 games, 30 losses, I should say. I still have about 30 losses that I can get, and if I play like, I don't know, 4 to 5 games per week, that's actually not that well. Okay, I mean, I would have to lose every single game in for the next six weeks essentially, and not rank any of my 7 dan accounts back up. So, and if that happens for the greater good of a challenge, so be it. But I've been ranting more than enough, so I think I'm going to. Since this took longer and I went on a longer tangent. Also, no faster game today. I still have some reviews of faster games to do. And I guess I'm going to watch the final of the World Cup today. So I will leave it at that for today. And I'll be back with I'll be back with also faster games next week. But for now, I'm going to claim that this game was a pass, even though I did have like a one uh, cut that I left behind here in the end game when I was in Bayomi and so on. So not a really conscious decision to leave it behind. Because otherwise, you could also say that what that one end game where I pushed here instead of just defending this more of an oversight than really leaving a cut behind consciously and saying, "Oh, uh, this is fine. I know how to then handle it." So yeah,